Okay, so today we're going to talk about the one tool you use for absolutely everything, including watching this right now, your brain. And we're going to dig into an idea about it that is, well, it's as uncomfortable as it is fascinating.
Let me just start by asking you a question. Do you really believe that what you see, what you remember, what you feel is a totally accurate picture of reality? I mean, most of us would probably say, yeah, of course. But as you're about to see, the truth is way, way more complicated. Here's the thing. Your brain is lying to you. All the time. It does it every single day, quietly. And it's not trying to be malicious. This isn't some kind of bug in your system. Nope. It's actually a fundamental feature of how you are wired to operate.
So let's be super clear. When I say lying, I don't mean it's out to get you. Your brain is just taking shortcuts. And it's doing it for one absolutely critical reason: survival. It's built for speed and efficiency, not for some perfect, crystal-clear, objective truth.
This is really the core idea, right here. You don't actually see the world directly. Your eyes just send these fragmented signals to your brain. Little patches of light, lines, some movement. And from all that chaos, your brain constructs a hypothesis, its best guess of what's out there. So perception isn't a video camera recording reality. It's more like a predictive model.
I mean, think about this for a second. In each one of your eyes, there's a spot on your retina that has no photoreceptors at all. It is a literal blind spot. So why don't you see a big black hole in your vision right now? Because your brain just papers over it. It fills in the gap with what it expects should be there based on everything around it. It is literally making things up, and you never, ever notice.
Okay, so to really get why our brains do this, we need to meet the two main characters running the show inside our heads. This framework was made famous by the Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman, and it basically divides our thinking into two parts: System 1 and System 2.
First up, we've got System 1. This guy is the star of the show. It's fast, it's automatic, it's totally intuitive. This is your gut instinct. And then you have System 2. It's the slow, effortful, deliberate part of your mind. You can think of it as this really powerful but kind of lazy supervisor who's supposed to be in charge, but a lot of the time just lets System 1 handle things.
And you can actually feel the difference, right? If I say bread and your brain, using System 1 just immediately screams butter. You didn't even have to think about it. But if I ask you to solve 17 times 24, feel that mental strain? That's your System 2 firing up, kind of reluctantly, to do the heavy lifting.
Now, this relationship between them is everything. System 2 is supposed to be the responsible one, the supervisor that double-checks the impulsive and often error-prone System 1. But here's the problem. System 2 is lazy. It wants to save energy. So a lot of the time it just rubber stamps whatever System 1 comes up with. And that right there opens the door to a whole lot of predictable mistakes.
And those predictable mistakes, well, they have a name. These are the glitches that pop up from that lazy partnership between our fast intuition and our slow, deliberate mind. We call them cognitive biases.
So what in the world is a cognitive bias? Well, you can think of it like a mental shortcut, a rule of thumb that helps us make decisions really fast. But, and this is a big but, these shortcuts are not perfect. They can lead to these systematic errors, warping our perception and pushing our judgments away from what you'd call pure rationality.
And oh boy, there are dozens of these things, like confirmation bias, which makes us look for info that proves what we already think. Or hindsight bias, that I knew it all along feeling after something happens. Anchoring is when we get stuck on the very first piece of information we hear. And the self-serving bias? Come on. That's when we take all the credit for our successes but blame everybody else for our failures. Sound familiar?
Okay, so this isn't just some abstract theory for a psychology class. These biases have a huge impact on our daily lives, from the stuff we buy to how we remember our own past. Let's just take a look at how this all plays out in the real world.
Let's take advertising. It is almost entirely designed to appeal to your System 1. It uses catchy music, super simple slogans, attractive people, all to create a fast, positive feeling. The whole goal is to build that good association before your lazy System 2 can even wake up and ask, hang on a second, do I actually need this?
All right, now let's talk about memory. Imagine you have this amazing picnic. The weather is absolutely perfect. The food's delicious. You're having a wonderful time for hours on end. You're creating this really great memory of the day.
But then, right at the very end, on the way home, you get a flat tire. It's stressful, it's annoying, and it just sours the end of the day. Now, when you look back on it a week later, what do you remember? For a lot of us, that one negative ending completely rewrites hours and hours of fun. The great picnic is now just the picnic where we got that flat tire.
And this really gets to a fundamental truth about our minds. Your memory is not a video camera. You don't just play back a perfect recording of the past. Memory is a reconstruction. Every single time you recall an event, your brain reassembles it from all these little fragments, and in that process, it changes it. It fills in gaps, it edits the story to make it make more sense now.
And this all comes back to one really powerful idea. The brain is not optimized for truth, it's optimized for survival. Just think about it for a second. Absolute truth is expensive. It takes time, it takes energy. Survival requires speed. It is far better for survival to mistakenly think a shadow is a predator and run than to miss a real one while you're standing there carefully analyzing the leaves.
So if our brains are just wired to take these shortcuts, to make all these errors, what in the world can we possibly do about it? Can we even fix it?
Well, the honest answer is nope, you can't really fix it. You can't just decide to turn off your cognitive biases any more than you can decide to see your own blind spot. It just doesn't work that way. But that does not mean you're helpless. The key is to learn how to recognize the situations where these biases are most likely to lead you astray.
So how do we actually work around them? Okay, first, for any really important decision, just stop. Question your gut reaction. Second, know your brain's common weaknesses. It's notoriously bad with statistics, with rare events, and with judging our own abilities. And finally, for the really big stuff, just slow down. Force that lazy System 2 to wake up, look at the data, and maybe get a second opinion.
Ultimately, the goal here isn't to become some perfectly logical robot. That's impossible. It's really about developing a healthy dose of humility about our own minds. It's about cultivating that little voice in your head that can say, wait a minute, maybe my first impression isn't the whole story here. You know, in the end, the most dangerous illusion isn't some trick of the eye or a glitch in your memory. It's that quiet, comforting feeling that you see the world exactly as it is, that you're objective. Realizing you're not is the first and honestly the most important step. So I'll just leave you with this. What's the first assumption about yourself you're going to question? Thanks for watching.